Ukraine wants to buy up its minerals and wants the president to go for humble pie and seek apologies for Trump. And Trump is not just wanting Ukraine. He wants to have Canada as another state. He wants to invade the Greenland. He wants to take over Gaza. He wants to take over Panama. So we should say no to this gangster capitalism. We should say no to this mafia boss. And we should say solidarity to the people of Ukraine.
White House. Is this what strength looks like?
Cowardice.
Thank you. Enemy who is prepared and who fights against you and who does everything in his power to destroy. We stand right now in a difficult position. Because if we hurt Trump's ego too much, he's going to keep putting sticks in the wheels. Yeah. Zelensky showed a true character, a good character of a great individual. Because he did not try to laugh at Trump. He did not try to humiliate him. He did not call him out at every word, although he could. Yeah. He endured it. He took it in the chin. Yeah. But when he could take it no longer, when the only thing left would be to prostrate himself and to lick Trump's boots, of course he could not do it. And he should not. None of the allies of America should ever be forced to lick America's boots in exchange of what they give for America. My friends, the boons the Americans have gotten from the aid of the Ukrainian people, from the strength and the perseverance of the Ukrainian people are countless. We're talking about American taxpayer money. That taxpayer money gets returned to America when the Ukrainians buy weapons from America with the same money.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
The Americans are learning invaluable information from the Ukrainians who are using their weapons in practice on the battlefield, risking their lives. Yes. It is America that should be grateful for Ukraine to stand so strong alongside with the free world. We do not wish anyone to kneel before us. We merely wish an honest hand to be stretched to us so that we can shake it and have an honest deal, an honest alliance with the United States, who we still see as friends. We have seen what they have done, what the good people of America have done after these shameful displays. They have shown their opposition to this. They have shown they do not stand with this weakness, with this weak, pathetic behavior. They have shown they stand for a better future. And so, that is what we want, my friends. For America to come back to their senses and to remember that their greatest strength is their allies all over the world who stood side by side with them for so long. And just because the Americans can extort them for a little bit of extra money, for a quick buck, does not mean they should.
Somehow disrespectful or questions.
So I'm Sasha Ismail. I'm an activist with the Ukraine Solidarity Campaign. I'm a trade unionist and socialist. I work in the fire service and I'm a member of the trade unions Unison and the Fire Brigades Union. And I'm the trade union officer for the Ukraine Solidarity Campaign, so I was one of the organisers of today's protest. The protest was called because we have been supporting the Ukrainian struggle against Russian imperialism, because we're anti-imperialists in the same way we believe the people of Palestine, people of other oppressed nations or nations facing oppression have a right to freedom, to live with self-determination. So we're a campaign that supports the Ukrainian struggle. But in the recent months there's a change, which is that Whereas the US, for its own reasons, previously supported Ukraine, it's now turned towards betraying the Ukrainian struggle and effectively allying with Russia against Ukraine. So we're continuing our struggle against Russian imperialism, but we're also highlighting the treacherous role that US imperialism is playing now as well. So, I mean, obviously we would want the US government to reinstate its aid to Ukraine, and we also, work with many comrades in America who are also waging that struggle against Trump's Ukraine policy, as against his other policies, his anti-migrant policies, his attacks on the public sector, on workers' rights, and all these other struggles. So we continue to support the struggle in America, but we also want to see European governments, including the British government, step up and get serious about supporting Ukraine so Ukraine can defeat Russian imperialism. It would be possible if European governments were willing to actually step up and take determined action, that they could replace most of the military aid and other aid that the US government has cut under Trump. So we want to mobilise the workers' movement, other social movements, progressive people in Britain and other European countries to demand that European governments step up, support Ukraine as a stand for democracy and a stand for the right of people to live in peace, free from war and occupation.
Hi, my name is Darina.
My name is Mariana.
We are here because we want to stand with Ukraine and tell all the people that Trump also should support Ukraine. All the American citizens should stand for Ukraine.
Yes, and don't ask Ukraine to stop defending, ask Russia to stop attacking. They are terrorists. Russia is a terrorist state. They are killing Ukrainian people. They are deporting our children. They try to destroy our culture and our country. They are guilty for what they are doing right now. They started this cruel war. And everyone who started this war, everyone who is responsible for this, should be punished.
We really want to see the continuance of military aid from USA. We really like that our partners in Europe support us and in the UK, so we want that to still be going on like it is.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Hello, my name is Ivan. I'm from Ukraine, and I came here to support Ukraine. And actually, I think the topic is actually broader than Ukraine alone now. It's all about democracy and freedom, and United States, who has been, policemen of the world, upholding democracy and freedom, they basically suddenly step back, which is not acceptable. Yeah, well, it's very disturbing. It feels like, maybe it's a little bit conspiracy, but it feels like the whole incident was staged. First words, Donald Trump tattoo Zelensky is like, oh, you're all dressed up, trying to mock him. And then that's a disgusting question from American journalist. Obviously, it only can cause sadness. I think, not only in Ukrainians, but in all normal people. Yeah, that all was supposed to be just a productive meeting about, stopping the war, trying to find resolution and prevention of the future aggression of Russia. Because since 2014, when Russia occupied Crimea and attacked east of Ukraine, there were numerous peace talks, ceasefires, and all they were broken by Russia. Well, cutting the aid is obviously appalling, because without that aid, it means more soldiers will die, Shahed drones will be launched on Ukraine, more ballistic missiles on civilian population, and especially the shortage of Patriot missiles can be quite difficult for us, for Ukrainians. That's basically Trump pressing on the weaker one to help the aggressor. Well, I would really hope to see restoration of peace and justice. It's not, unfortunately, possible without such a strong ally as the United States. And obviously, I hope that relationship between Ukraine, Europe, and United States will normalize. We should count on United States. We should hope that they will stay a democratic country as they have been for 250 years. And the last thing I would like to see is real alliance between Russia and the United States, because it will just mark the start of dark ages for the whole planet. That should not happen, and I hope people of America, they realize it. They realize the grave danger of this situation. So don't be silent. Go to protests. Speak to your members of parliament or Senate members. Just tell them how you feel. and tell them that you need more security, that you want to live in a democratic country where you elect your representatives. You don't want to end up in Russia, believe me. That's a messy place. I have part of my family, unfortunately, there, and they are totally brainwashed. And the propaganda, I think it's like way more efficient than the Nazi Germany one.